Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
And welcome to this episode of Dear Texas and also Indie Beacon. We have with us a gentleman who represents Ripl, which is, for all practical purposes, I'm going to say a media social outlet that uses video. Clay, would you say that is correct?
Yeah. Hi, Alan, and thank you for this opportunity to talk with you today. My name's Clay McDaniel, and I'm with Ripl. It is a software application that's available for free to anyone, and it helps you easily and quickly make short videos that you can then post to social media or even save to your phone and use for email, your website, or other digital marketing.
Okay. So I've used the product for at least 2 years now, if not longer. And I enjoy doing it. I use it every day to post something out there on social media because I know video, even short, simple little videos, grab more attention than the plain still picture or no picture at all. For authors, since that's the main group that we deal with, how can you see them using it?
Yeah, first, you're absolutely right. The main social media networks that are out there today do reward video posts with more reach than they would a still image or text. This is because the social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are finding that video posts are more engaging for the average end customer audience, and they want to ensure that those video posts just get a little bit more visibility, and then through the higher engagement rate, they get further benefit from it. So my recommendation for the ways that authors could use short videos to promote their work and their talents, first, with a slideshow style video, which a tool like ours can help you make, or you can even use some of the native tools for short slideshow video style posts that are included with the post creation tools within Instagram and Facebook. Slideshow videos give you several screens that you could use to perhaps show the cover of the book, the table of contents, or the information about what the book is covering, and then even things like a headshot or a bio for yourself. So it's a nice, short, bite-sized way to give that kind of snapshot of what your creation is and the topics that it covers without having to direct somebody to a separate website. The second way that I would recommend that authors can use short videos to promote their work and to get more visibility and awareness on social media channels is to use it as a means of doing short interviews or testimonials from readers. If you're familiar with the kinds of quotes or testimonials that many authors will use on their book jacket or back cover, you can do that in a short digital video and post those to your social media channels or to your website. And it helps give a little bit more of an animated flair for the positive reactions that readers have had to the book already.
Okay. Are there samples of that maybe on your website or somewhere so people can see to get a better understanding of what you just said?
Well, we do not today, that I'm aware of, have case studies on our website about the ways that authors have used short videos to promote themselves. But we do have examples on the case studies area of our Ripl website that show other artists, musicians, personalities, personal brand, people who are using those short videos as a way of highlighting their own talents. So there's some analogies there, some examples. And then I'd also say we have a very healthy base of users, both free and premium pro users of Ripl, that are nonprofits and community organizations. And we find their posts incredibly inspiring. Oftentimes they are posting short videos that describe their mission, that show examples of their clientele or their volunteers that are engaged in the mission of their work. And so what we find is that authentic and personally shared stories those are the images and the words that really work best in these short videos. And so everything an author can do to tell their own background and story, to bring those readers' perspectives and testimonials forward, is really what we recommend.
Okay. Now, I happen to be a Pro member, which is not expensive at all. So when I actually go in and I'm creating things, I have a lot of options to choose from. Of course, you have the new and popular ones that people can access: slideshows, collages, banners and overlays, clean and simple, and seasonal. Are you coming out with any additional ones, or how often do you actually come out with new items?
We have more than 200 animated slideshow and short-form design video templates that are already in the Ripl software platform. And we typically release 1 to 2 new ones per week. So we like to keep them fresh. We actually have one free available to anybody design every single day of the week. If you download and install Ripl, you connect to your Facebook page, then you'll be off and running. And once per week, you'll hear from us with notification and email that will let you know for each day of that week what design will be free and available. Or you're always able to just go and simply open up the design catalog, and we put the free designs that are available that day right at the top of the list for you. What's important to know is that out of the more than 200 designs we already have, a little more than half of those are actually already slideshow designs. They're very easy for you to simply go and pick a few images from your phone or your iPad, and those designs automatically organize those and create a video that moves from one image to the next image to the next image with some builds and transitions, and then with colors and fonts that you can choose from that align to your dust cover jacket fonts or the fonts that you're using already on your website or your other digital properties. So we have a wide array of what we kind of think of as being simple but very versatile designs that work well for community organizations, authors, artists, videographers, photographers, people that want to highlight and feature their own creative talents and really use the design to amplify and feature that as opposed to overwhelm it.
Cool. Now, with all the different things that you have available for people to use, we educate our authors not to be constantly selling the book or their books. And one of the things you have in your system is what to post today, which is a really great way for people to be interactive and not specifically talk about the books. For example, I'm looking at one that says supporter shout-outs or idea or Travel Tuesday, and there's so many more. I mean, those are simple, and are those the ones that you were just talking about, or are those additional items that are always available?
Yeah, so what you're referring to is the recommendations that we make in the software. We recognize that whether it be an author or a busy small business owner or a community organization, we're all so busy, and we have so many other things, including our passion for whether that be writing or running a business or running an organization. That's really what is occupying our mind and occupying our focus. So what we do with Ripl is we try to take that burden, in some cases what people might feel as being a stressful decision that they need to make about what to post and where to post it. We try to take that off of you and really just put front and center a small number of recommendations about what makes the most sense to post now. So what influences those recommendations is seasonality, the type of organization or business or small business that you are. Also, that's influenced by the day of the week and by what we see working well for others. So we feed all of that in, and the recommendations really come down to the type of content. So you can think about the recommended post being complementary to, but not quite the same as the design. The designs are what take the images and the text and bring those together and then automatically generate a short video. The recommended posts are where we're giving you guidance as to what the topic might be on that given day that would work well. And for each one of those 3 recommendations that we make, when you click through on that, what you then get is you get 3 pre-built, ready-to-go templates that are built on top of 3 of our most popular designs. So that is just another effort to take the burden of decision-making off of you so that you don't need to necessarily go through that deep catalog of all of those animated designs that we offer. You can just simply click one of the 3 recommendations for that day, pick one of the 3 design templates that we've already pre-built for you, and then it's just a matter of taking a few seconds to pick a few pictures from your phone or iPad that you want to feature in it, writing a caption, and hitting go, and it's going to automatically generate a video for you that is unique to that day or that season or even that promotion that you're interested in running. One of the things you mentioned also, Alan, is that we're not always trying to make a recommendation that the author or the small business person be putting a post out on that day that's necessarily about a sale or a promotion or an offer. In fact, the majority of the recommendations that we make day in and day out through the software to our customer base, things that are designed to promote authentic and honest and personal storytelling. Many of the posts that we promote through the recommended posts, day in and day out, are just things that encourage you to perhaps show a little bit of a lens into your life, maybe put together a few pictures and write some text that tell a story of your motivation, or show an example of a happy customer, a partner, or even employees or staff if you're involved in a retail business or a services or product-based business. In the case of authors, I would say, really one of the things that is the most compelling way to get a larger readership and an audience to be interested in your art and your work is to, share more insight into the backstory, the motivations, and the personal interest and passions that have driven you to become an author and to put your words down and share them with the world. All of that richness of your personal story and your personal journey and your interest in not only learning about, but then writing and sharing more about the topic is what we find, really creates the hook and generates that opportunity for others to then pass it on and share it onwards with others in their life that they think might be interested in that book or that topic.
Those are all definitely very good ideas. We're going to actually pause here for a moment. I want to talk about all the different social media accounts you can link into when we come back from a break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Attention all ebook authors. Are you looking for the perfect place to sell your ebooks? Look no further than ebg247.com. Get your ebooks listed on our front page with a real-time royalty tracking dashboard and receive 80% of all your sales. That's ebg247.com. Why go anyplace else? No matter what your book genre or its cost, we make it the perfect place to sell your stories. That's ebg247.com. It's the web's best place to sell all your ebooks.
Love to read? Love to meet authors in person? Then check out bookfestival.network to find a book festival in your region of Texas. We are adding book festival events throughout the year, so sign up to get notices and even a coupon towards purchase of a Texas author's book. Sign up at bookfestival.network. Hello, Texas authors. My name is Randy James, coming to you from my Carrollton recording studio, where I spend time writing and producing commercials for my radio endorsement clients, as well as my private freelance clients. I'd like the opportunity to help you sell more books with a commercial like this and get listeners of Dear Texas Radio excited about your title, all at a special introductory price. Available to members of the Texas Association of Authors. Call or text 214-762-1942. That's 214-762-1942. Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
And welcome back. We are talking with a gentleman from Ripl. His name is Clay McDaniel. He is a very talented man in reference to how to use the program. It's a really great program. One of the things that I love about this program is how it is able to connect your social media accounts. So when you make an item in Ripl, you can connect to Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Am I missing any of them?
No, yeah, I think you've hit the major ones. I mean, what we found going back 2 years ago was that one of the big challenges that busy on-the-go artists, authors, community organization leaders, small business owners, one of the big challenges they face is just the fact that there's an expectation that you're publishing updates, you're providing information to your customers, to your readership in all of these different locations. And we just felt that it would create a lot of convenience and benefit if we brought that together into one tool, so that every day you just need to open one, and that would give you the ability to create something, a short message, a short video, publish it and post it, and you could put that into all the places that matter most to you and, frankly, that you've built a follower base or that you want to create more. Today, it works on all those major social media networks that you mentioned. And then we also give the ability with the Pro Premium subscription on Ripl that you can download that video or that still image that you've designed, and that includes your brand and your fonts and colors. And then by downloading it to your phone, you can then actually publish it elsewhere. You can include a link to it in email if you like, put it on your own website or blog, or even just send it as an attachment. So we want to provide all that flexibility so that it minimizes the amount of time that people need to spend kind of choosing where things should go, and provides time back so that they can focus on their creativity and their ideas about what it is they want to share.
And I completely agree on that, especially for the fact that I actually have downloaded some of the videos I've created off of the Ripl and actually put them up on websites as a continuation of the promotion and or educational aspect. So it has become very helpful in that respect. And it saves me from having to do extra work down the road. So it's definitely a great thing.
Yeah.
The
other thing that it does. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to mention that the other thing that we do at Ripl is, in addition to allowing you that convenience of being able to publish to numerous places at once, you could put your video on your YouTube channel, you can put it on your Facebook page and even into a Facebook group, to your Instagram account. When you do that, then that's telling Ripl to also go out and to actively monitor the comments and the likes that those videos or those posts that you've published using Ripl are generating on those sites. And then we pull that back in and we show it to you in one simple graph of your total engagements in the Ripl app. So you get the benefit of both saving time in posting and then saving time later in checking up on where and how much those posts that you've put out there are getting viewership and clicks and interest.
Yeah, and that's actually something I actually look forward to, is seeing how people are reaching out to me, because I know on the Ripl system itself, you may not see as many numbers for that individual item, but in the overall aspect, because it is being tagged or shared or whatever on other systems, it does show on the overall listing, which I really like, because it's nice to see I've achieved more followers each week, or if I happen to go lower than 1 week, I kind of look at to see why that might have been and stuff. So it's a good educational aspect to see those numbers coming in and see how well you're doing and stuff.
That's right. And a couple of months ago, we turned on the ability as well to allow you to comment back on anybody that posts a comment on your post. So that's just another way that we want to try to create a simple, convenient, one-stop spot, so that if somebody, for example, posts a comment on the video you post on their Instagram feed, then that comes back into Ripl. We notify you, and you can come in and you can actually post back to them and say, "Oh, thanks, Gary. Glad you liked my book preview," or, "Thanks, Jane. Here's where you can learn more about where to buy this book." And so that idea of being able to close the loop and be able to engage in a two-way dialogue, but do it using the simple back and forth field in Ripl, again, just saves you the ability to have to log in and check all these different accounts in different places. It's just all right there for you in one spot with the Ripl app, and because it's a mobile app, it's with you in your pocket wherever you go, ready for you on your schedule when you're ready to check on that or respond to the comments you receive.
There's two more questions I have for you before we end our session. One of them is, what new programs or additions are you planning as a company to add into this program in the near future?
Sure. Probably the most exciting thing that we're talking about now that we just launched and encouraging people to try is creating a vertical format video and using Instagram stories. For those that may not be familiar with it, the fastest growing social media phenomenon of the last 3 to 6 months is the use of very short, quick, and highly authentic personalized posts through Instagram through their new stories capability. And unlike the square format posts you may be familiar with in your Instagram feed, stories are actually 3 by 4 or 16 by 9. They're vertical oriented. It gives you a little bit more screen to work with. And because we've turned on the ability to make vertical format short videos in Ripl, you can actually post those into your Instagram account and just get a little bit more benefit of something that's topical and being used and even hit a younger audience, given that it's a younger demographic that's actually using the stories capabilities of Instagram as much or more than an older demographic, which is more familiar with the classic square newsfeed format. Second thing I guess I'd point out is that we also have the ability to make horizontal format videos now too, because we now integrate with YouTube. For those of you out there that may have a YouTube channel and want to have a little bit longer form horizontal format videos, this is purpose-built for you, so that now by creating that horizontal layout to your video, it is ready to post to YouTube, and then you can always create a square format to post to your other social networks as well. So we're really excited about this because we know that as people become more savvy, as they become more of a frequent publisher, they want to try to create posts and content that really work well within those different networks and are, custom built to get the most viewership and the most impact out of those networks. So by allowing more than just the square layout to our static posts and our video posts using Ripl now, we're kind of unlocking that ability for a little bit more sophisticated approach from our more tech-savvy social media customers and users. So that's probably one thing I'd highlight. And I guess the other thing I would highlight is we're actively working on ways to bring Ripl to our customers in more places. And what we just released in the last couple of weeks is an iPad version. We find that in particular, some of our customers who want a bigger screen, both to have more real estate for being able to touch and drag, move their text around, as well as people that maybe keep all of their photos in a shared Apple Cloud service or OneDrive or Dropbox or another cloud service. Being able to have the app really be able to be sized and used gives a little more screen real estate, particularly for those that may need extra help with eyesight and need a little bit extra help with being able to move things around, have more real estate on the touch screen. So that's a pretty big advancement for us and something that we think is going to really unlock a whole new range of users that maybe have a smartphone but also have an iPad and want to do a little bit more of this kind of editing and video creation and publishing on their iPad instead. As we look further to the future, we want to make it even easier to allow authors, small business owners, really anybody to publish in more places. And so we're looking hard right now at what some of the most popular email tools are and some of the most popular website hosting platforms. And so you'll see us begin to integrate with those and make one-click sharing and publishing to some of those other non-social media locations available for people later this year.
Okay, we only have just about 2 minutes left, and so I really would like to find from you what is the best 2 tips or 3 tips you can give anybody using the system?
Well, first, we really recommend that you use your own pictures. When you're creating a post for social media or to share by email with your customers, with those that you have an email list, what we find works best are pictures that you've taken that are authentic and really just give an honest, transparent view into your life, your experience as an author, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, or whatever it may be. there's an inclination out there to want to use images that are more polished with perfect lighting. We hear a lot from our customers about whether they should be using stock photography. And we always advise them. We say, no, use the pictures you've taken. With phone cameras being as good as they are today, you're the one in charge, and you own the rights to those images, so you can do what you like with it if you've taken it with your own device. So use the pictures that really tell the honest story, the true, behind-the-scenes image. And by pairing that with your own words, you're, crafting your own message. So use your own content, use your own information, and publish often, and you'll get feedback on what people really respond to and love. And with the things that don't get as high an engagement rate, then you can learn from that as well and tune what you create and post over time. And really the second tip I'd probably share would be to keep it short. We were recently told by some of our social network partners that the average amount of time that their audiences in aggregate are viewing videos on the social networks these days has dropped from 45 seconds to 20 seconds to now more recently between 7 and 9 seconds. And so with that short amount of time, you have to pick just a few pictures, keep your text short and punchy, and get your message across. And remember, you don't have to tell everything all in one post. You can, over time, build your story and tell what it is you want to share through multiple posts over time to your followers. I hope that's helpful.
It is, and I appreciate it. And it is a challenge to keep it as short as possible. There's been pretty much, I average about a minute for each of my little segments, but that's only about 3 or 4 pictures. Then you add in the music and the wordings and stuff like that. It does not take long to build that time up. So keeping it short to the point is the key.
Yeah. One thing we heard recently from colleagues at Facebook is that they see that if you can get the hook in the first 2 seconds, you get viewership all the way through to past the halfway point or even all the way to the end of your videos, no matter how long they are. So if you want to tell a little longer, richer story, you want to include more images and have a longer video, really focus on the first couple seconds of that and getting your message and your hook in then, and then you can carry people along from that point.
Okay. Great. Well, I thank you very much for all this valuable information. And like I said, I'm a user. I've been committed to using the program for over 2 years now, and I really do recommend that authors use it or anybody use it. It's a good, simple, easy tool to use. I thank you very much, Clay, for your time, and we look forward to seeing what new things come out with the program.
Well, thank you, Alan. I appreciate the opportunity, and it's inspiring to us to see authors using the product, so I can't wait to see more coming through the Ripl feeds, and am delighted to see the creative uses that people put Ripl to for themselves. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for listening to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. To learn more about Indie Beacon services, to be a guest on the show, or to advertise on our show, please visit our website at indiebeacon.com.